What is the most surprising thing you saw about Karimnagar when you came?
Good places to eat. Domino's. Divided में चटलू पेरगिनाई. So that is also corporation's responsibility. Oh, but I told it. Patience. Patience. Patience.
So, personal mishaps as a commissioner.
Telugu speeches. Maybe I'll pass this question for now. No, we don't have to discuss. We don't have to discuss.
Okay.
Then why am I sitting here?
Yeah.
No, I think Karimnagar was ranked above Hyderabad and Warangal in All India ranking, best livable cities. That's a good opportunity.
Yes. We want to know more about behind the scenes of running a city, ma'am.
Okay.
Our first client is municipal corporation. We got all our projects are linked with smart city for first or 2 years or something. So we are like incubated in municipal corporation. We feel so. It's been 7-8 years since we started this startup. Since before that also we used to work with you. So we see how municipal corporation and everything work in a different angle, ma'am. So we want to know what's your experience in your role right now.
So my posting has been only for 4 months, and I would say it has been really memorable and really challenging also, because corporation in a way is very different from other kind of offices. Here you have an executive wing and you have a council. So you have your political bosses around you all the time. So that makes this job thoda sa challenging. You have to balance all the pushes and pulls that keeps coming up. And but I would say has been like really memorable time.
Municipal commissioners have options to take dynamic decisions than collectors, they say. What is your comment on it?
Yeah, that's true, because like if everything you see in the city, it's somehow or the other related to corporation.
Yeah.
Everything from water supply, waste collection, to your street lights, to your public parks. So a small thing also, if corporation takes up, it will be more visible, and the people will be like appreciating or like criticizing it, both the ways.
Yeah.
So you can impact the people more directly.
Yeah.
So definitely the things you can do here is and municipal corporations have one advantage, that they have their own revenue.
Yeah.
They have their own general fund, they collect property taxes, so you increase your own revenue, so more is the scope of work you can take up.
Yes.
That gives it an added advantage.
Yes. But all you need to explain it to 5-year-old or something
Okay.
like that. What do you explain your role as?
Like I just told, ki everything that you see around you in a town, somehow or the other it's related to corporations. Starting from morning में 5:30 से roads का sweeping, public places का cleaning, door to door waste collection, that is done by corporation. Then house to house water supply. Now almost we have 100% tap connections. So water supply, that is done by corporations. Then you have public parks, you have open gyms, that maintenance is being done by like corporations. You have night mein street lights, that those are maintained by corporations. Each and everything that you think, greenery, if you see like plantations, that is being done, that is done by corporation. We get a lot of complaints divided mein chatlu perginai, so that is also corporation's responsibility. Adi trimming cheyali, adi kuda ma badyata untundi. So like each and everything that you see in and around you, if in a place parking is not proper, parking has to be maintained. Obviously we have traffic police to support us, but that is also corporation's responsibility. So each and everything that you see, that's corporations. Somehow or the other it's related to corporation.
While managing all these things, how a typical day look like as a municipal commissioner?
Like usually a day of a commissioner should start early, because when your workers are coming on the field at 5:30, their attendance is acting, that is the time when you have to be on the field. I have a small baby, so usually my day starts at 7:30. Then I try to be on the field. I try to visit 1 or 2 wards around till 8:30, 9 o'clock. Then around 10 or 10:30, the office time, I try to spend a lot of time on the field. I like to go and visit projects, Like whatever things that come to my notice, I try to visit them. So then usually this time I go on field visits. In afternoon I will be in office for grievances. A lot of grievances will come, or some meetings which will be scheduled. So that's how. And then that's not the end. Then in the evening after 7:30, we have to go on around to check the street lights if they are working properly.
Okay.
And sometimes at night, we have a shelter for urban homeless also. So usually a lot of homeless people will be sitting on footpaths or near bus stands. So we take up drives to shift them also.
Okay.
So a day of a commissioner should be fully packed. Since morning till evening, it should be fully packed.
Like we were asking, how many cups of coffee does it make you survive this?
Actually, I don't take tea, coffee. So I am a juice lover. So like my day goes on by juices.
Okay. Ma'am, we are very curious to know, what is the most surprising thing you saw about Karimnagar when you came?
Actually, after coming to Karimnagar, I started reading a book by Sumitra Davra madam. Like she has served a collector here. So her book title was Poor but Spirited in Karimnagar. So after reading that book, like it's just 20-25 years back, that how much poverty, how much what kind of situation was there at that time, and today if you see, it's completely changed. So that is something I find surprising, that the trends of development that we have achieved in last 25 years. That's really marvelous.
We'll ask you something, ma'am. You should be true to your soul to answer this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to.
We'll ask you to list 3 things about the topic which we are mentioning.
Okay.
So you can say 2 truths and 1 lie. So you have freedom to tell 1 lie.
Okay.
And you don't need to tell which one is the lie.
Okay.
Ma'am, we'll go to the session. So 3 things you liked about this job.
This is a good city. It gives me a lot of free time, and I love my job.
Okay. Someone got figured out. So, best things about the city.
Well, good places to eat, Domino's, and not so good connectivity.
Okay.
Yeah, in terms of connectivity, I feel like railway lines, airport, those things are
Yes.
not there. You have to travel to all the way to Hyderabad.
Yes.
Oh, but I told it.
Ma'am, what are the quirky talents required for this job, ma'am?
Quirky talents. Patience. You need a lot of, human management skills, I would say. Like you have to deal with a lot of people from morning to evening. So that is something you need. And yeah.
In your-
I think I'm ruining your.
The question is best moments with your higher officials. You should say 1 lie also in this.
I have to say 1 line.
You should not mention that's a lie.
That's a lie. Oh God, that will be complicated. Maybe I'll pass this question for now.
So, if at all you pass this, I'll ask the direct question.
Okay.
The question is your collector torturing you? Is the question.
No, not at all. Like I would say like she usually corporation works as an independent entity also.
Yeah.
So I keep getting some instructions from her time to time, but more or less this is an independent entity.
Yeah.
She keeps giving me some targets, but no such interference in daily life.
Yeah.
And I keep going to her for guidance whenever I feel I get into a dilemma. Madam has herself worked as a commissioner.
This is on funny lines, ma'am. So, personal mishaps as a commissioner.
I would say better not to mention, but mostly my mishaps would have been with my Telugu speeches. Right from day one in our training, they made us give speeches. So if I never see my old videos, if by chance also they are available, because they are unbearable to
I
watch.
did my homework, ma'am. I saw.
Oh God.
I saw.
No, we don't have to discuss. We don't have to discuss.
Okay, ma'am. So we'll move on to how, ma'am. This will be somewhat interesting to everybody, ma'am.
Hmm.
How does municipal corporation work, ma'am, generally? So, ma'am, there are potholes on the road, ma'am.
Okay.
There are on the other side there are plants, beautiful islands, and LED screens.
Okay.
Everything are there. So how? I mean, why we are curious how municipal corporation works is how do they decide which one is priority? I mean, whether pothole is priority or whether the
Like
screen is priority.
in this question, in any day, pothole is a priority because public safety, public health matters there. But what keeps happening is we keep getting so many water pipeline leakages that we repair those potholes, but again they keep increasing. So it looks like that we are not prioritizing them. But any day, public safety, public health is a
Yes.
like I told, the corporation is unique in itself because it has a council,
Yeah.
and council is the supreme authority, like because it's an elected body. So any projects that have to be taken up, it's decided by the council. But as an executive, like whatever we feel important, we can also propose to them. But final authority rests with the council. We only execute the decisions that are being taken in the council.
What kind of departments come under municipal government?
Municipal main wings that we will be having is one is engineering wing that will be executing all the projects, then revenue wing which will be generating revenue for the corporation, property tax and shop rents and all. Then we have town planning wing which will be ensuring that town ka development happens as per the master plan, and it will be issuing building permissions. Then we have sanitation wing, which which you can all make out, takes care of sanitation and everything. Then we have a like Van Mahotsavam wing or Haritaharam wing, which takes care of greenery. So establishment, accounts. So these are like the main wings that we have.
Yeah.
If a city want to take up a project like building just an example, like building a suspension bridge over there.
Okay.
What process do the project go? I mean, where it will be decided or
So like I said, first it will be the council. Council will pass a resolution for it. Then we have to figure out the budget, from which fund the funds are going to be allocated to it, from which head of account. Then once the budget is allocated to it and the funds are available and council has given approval for it, then I will be the authority which will be issuing admin sanction. So commissioner will issue admin sanction, then engineering wing will issue technical sanction based on the estimated cost, and we will go for open tenders. Open tenders, mein whatever bidder comes up, they will execute it.
So, ma'am, this is from your end, ma'am, how municipal corporation work. So, we want to know other thing where citizens should understand about municipal corporation so that it would be a better partnership between citizen and
One thing I feel is ki like citizens should understand that what corporation earns is what corporation can spend. Corporation is almost a self-sustainable body. It hardly gets any grants. Like only time to time it will get some grants. But so therefore, like if we increase this property tax revenue, water tax, or if we are collecting some fees for this waste collection and all, that is what gives us revenue to carry out all the activities. We have to pay salaries to our employees, we have to pay the fuel bills for our vehicles, we have to pay electricity charges for our street lights. These are like the main head of expenditures. So if the citizen understand this, then I think there will be much more compliance. We will not have to go behind them that pay your taxes.
This is the only thing missing. Like as a citizen, we think like they get
They get it from the government. I got a call actually about it. Ki that person is asking me, madam, ma bandi valu na to 50 rupees aduktunnaru. 50 rupees is the user charges for the door-to-door waste collection. ఎందుకు ఇవ్వాలి గవర్నమెంట్ నుంచి శాలరీ వస్తలేదా వాళ్ళకి, ఎందుకు ఇవ్వాలి నేను నో మీరు ఇస్తేనే అవుతుంది అప్పుడు. సో ఐ హ్యాడ్ ఎ లాంగ్ డిస్కషన్ విత్ హిమ్ అండ్ ఫైనలీ ఐ హ్యాడ్ టు లైక్ ఓకే ప్లీజ్ మీ ఇష్టం ఇస్తే ఇవ్వండి లేకపోతే వద్దు మీ ఇష్టం.
Ma'am, we'll do some mythbusters now, ma'am.
Okay.
To know more about how municipal corporation work.
Okay.
So I'll ask one question. You can avoid property tax if the property is not used.
No, if you own a property, you have to pay.
Okay. If you have an electricity issue or if you or anything, you have to reach out to municipal corporation.
Yes, if it is related to street lights, if it is your private connection or something or power poindi, then you have to go to NPDCL department.
Yeah.
We don't take care of it.
If you need to get house number, you need to contact a broker and pay them. The direct process is lengthy and
Obviously, no. They nowadays everything is online.
Yeah.
There's a CDMA website. You can go there. You can apply for self-assessment also, or otherwise, if you are not like some people who are not aware of it, they can do it through Me Seva also.
yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, other question is only large establishments need to be managed waste properly.
No, waste management is like each and every person's responsibility. Like we also have to, when even a small shop also, they should keep a dustbin. When that chetta bandi vastene appudu pettali. We should not put our waste on the open plots.
Okay.
It's the biggest menace that is having in the city. కి ఎక్కడ ఖాళీ జగ కనిపిస్తే అక్కడ చెత్త వేస్తాము. అప్పుడు పందులు కుక్కలు అంతా వస్తూనే ఉన్నాయి.
Yeah.
So it's everyone's responsibility, but definitely large establishments have bigger responsibility.
So, I mean, municipal corporation only focuses on roads and CBM.
Major part of our work is that, but not all of it. Like whatever, whatever council approves, we have to take it up. So if they approve taking up more CC roads, more CC drains, so we have to take it up.
Okay. Municipal bodies don't collaborate with startup or innovators.
Then why am I sitting here?
Yeah. So,
I think it depends a lot on the person who is sitting there. Like you told, you had good collaboration with Karimnagar Smart City when Shashankar sir was here.
Yeah.
So you would know if the person there takes a lot of interest, they can take it up as an initiative.
Yeah. Smart city projects are usually fancy buzzwords.
No, not at all. Like you can see around the city, a lot of good work has happened in Smart City. That's I would certainly say it's not just a fancy word buzzword.
Citizen participation doesn't impact policy.
In a democracy, how can we say that? Like manaku council is made up of public representatives only, so
Yeah.
they are elected by people. They influence the policy making. So
Yeah.
indirectly, it's indirectly or directly, it's the citizens whose opinion are coming in the council.
Yes. Ma'am, economics of city. What do you say about economics? How it is?
Like I would say, at present we are running at a brink of it, not so good in financials. We are we have this time of the year only we start our budgeting process. So our main revenue will be coming from property taxes, then the building permissions. Building permissions give us good amount of revenue. Water tax collection, then sanitation ke liye waste collection. So shop rents ka collection. And our expenditure goes into, one is charged expenditure which we have to pay, and one is like other expenditures. So charged expenditure is like salary, fuel bill, electricity bills, and any loans ka EMIs repayment which has to be there. Karimnagar does not have any big loans or something. So we are able to meet this charged expenditure more or less with the level of income that we are getting. But for other development works, we are not having enough income. So for that, we have to rely on the grants from the government for taking up any development works.
Okay. Talking about soft core of the city.
Okay.
What do you think that soft core of this Karimnagar?
For Karimnagar also, I feel this would be the thing, because it's an old district. It's a historically rich area. So that would be its soft power.
Yes. Ma'am,
As we discussed budgeting,
Yeah.
can citizens suggest where the budget go? Like this time we can develop
That should be there. That should be actually good. Citizens should be able to suggest. We should be getting feedback from them. At present, like I told, indirectly we get it through public representatives. So whatever they suggest, we include it in the budget. But it should be more with the level of digital infrastructure that is available. We can have a small app or something, or a QR scanner. They can scan and give some suggestions. So those now we should have it.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, ma'am, coming back to SWOT analysis of city,
Okay.
I'll say strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
Okay.
If we can find SWOT analysis of city.
Okay.
So, what are the strengths?
Strengths, I would say it's location, maybe like it's on the main highway to Hyderabad, and weaknesses again, like initially we told the railway infrastructure plus air facility is not yet. Opportunities is, I think, the IT tower that gives us an opportunity for a lot of small startups, people like here. Threats as such, I don't see any threats in the upcoming time.
Yeah. So recently we got to know from Karnataka got ranked as third in Telangana for IT or something.
Recently, I think in the best livable city also, Karimnagar got a good ranking. I don't remember the no, I think Karimnagar was ranked above Hyderabad and Warangal
Okay.
in All India ranking, like best livable city. So that's a good opportunity.
Yes. Innovative practices of Karimnagar city, which can be case studies for other cities. Can you suggest it?
Innovative practices, like one thing I can think of immediately is like there's a dhobi ghat. Earlier what used to happen is people will go on the on some tanks or cherus akkada వాళ్ళు బట్టలు వాష్ చేస్తారు. ఇప్పుడు కరీంనగర్ has developed one of its kind modern dhobi ghat facility which is not even there in entire state of Telangana. So that is something. You're giving that community and then the youths of the community a very good, excellent state of art facility, so they can take up their traditional professions. So maybe this kind of things may be replicated elsewhere.
City's budget, ma'am. So actually, we tried to get city's budget from municipal corporation website,
Okay.
and we gave it to ChatGPT. So we uploaded the file, ma'am, entire file. We got some inputs, insights from it. So we got to see that you are not unable to collect how much you are expecting.
Demand is more than what we are actually able to collect. Yeah.
So you are about 60% is being collected. Right?
To some extent. Like a lot of this uncollectible demand is there. We try to, like, a lot of it because people don't comply by. A lot of it is because of some pending issues. People have shifted from there. Nobody is there. House owner, we are not able to trace out.
Yeah.
So that person is not there, or some penalties are being put, so that house owner does not want to pay it. Why induko aa penalty petnaro, induko ade petnaro, because of those things that
Yeah. So how the city budget is allocated, ma'am, generally on different heads, and what factors influence?
Like I told earlier, ki mainly charged and uncharged. Charged में sanitation worker salary, fuel bill and electricity expenditure, and then after that slum area development and all that comes as uncharged expenditure. But charged expenditure is something that we have to pay. It's
Okay.
our obligation to pay.
Okay. So top 3 income generating heads for Karimnagar.
Would be property tax, building permissions, and maybe the income from the leased properties.
Okay. Expenditure.
Salaries, fuel bill, and electricity.
Yeah. Earlier we saw a video that Indian roads are not bad, not quality, but the drainage system is not so good. That's why roads are having potholes. So how we correlate this, man?
A major reason is that Indian cities are very unplanned. We have first we go for CC road cheyali. But ideally it should be that first the drainage cheyali, underground drainage cheyali, develop cheyali, dan tarvata water pipeline ఆ ఏరియాకి ఉండాలి, and at the end you should have a CC road on it.
Okay.
But we first lay CC road, then అప్పుడు గుర్తు వస్తుంది కి అరే డ్రైనేజ్ లేదు, ఇక్కడ తవ్వాలి, ఇక్కడ డ్రైనేజ్ పెట్టాలి, ఇక్కడ తగ్గలేదు, ఇక్కడ స్లోప్ లేదు. And I would say sometimes ki I don't know how our agencies are. Like many of the projects, they do it very unscientifically. Ki even when the natural slope is towards this side, they will make a drainage towards this side. And దాని తర్వాత మళ్ళీ వస్తారు కి మేడం ఫ్లో అవ్వట్లేదు, స్టాగ్నేట్ అయింది, వాసం వస్తుంది. So main reason is that we have very unplanned development. Some colonies which are planned layouts, so there you would not find such kind of problems.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, what is the secret behind our best practices in sanitation?
Okay. First of all, though, like we have to judge ki whether we are still succeeding in it or not. So I would say, but our workers are our strength. That they are very regular, very particular. Almost all the days we have more than 85 to 90% attendance of work.
What are the next sustainable plans which we are going to take up to improve our sanitation?
The major plan that we have is to close the dump yard completely, biomine the legacy waste there, set up a resource park where our waste can be processed, and if any waste is remaining which cannot be processed, put it in sanitary landfill. So that is our plan for for coming next to 3 years.
What is the citizen's role to making sanitation?
Citizens' role is very crucial. Without their support, we cannot do anything. Like basic simple thing that we request from them is ki chetta bandi vastene chetta yali, baita ye kandi. That is the biggest nuisance we have. If the roads and main roads are not clean, that gives an impression that the city is dirty. ఆ చెత్తకి మనము ఇంటిలో సెగ్రిగేట్ చేసి మంచిగా ప్యాక్ చేసి పెడితే 1-2 days కూడా ఏం అవ్వదు. ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ లీడ్ టు ఎనీ థింగ్. అండ్ సమ్ ఆన్ ది అదర్ హ్యాండ్, సమ్ సిటిజన్స్ ఆర్ సో యాక్టివ్ దట్ ఇన్ దేర్ హోమ్ ఓన్లీ దే ఆర్ డూయింగ్ కంపోస్టింగ్. In their home only they prepare compost and all. So they hardly any waste will be there which is going out.
Ma'am, regarding in the sanitation, we are talking about dump yard. Can you expand on more?
Dump yard, man, that's the biggest problem. Like we have to do firefighting there almost every week. It will because it has legacy waste and all kinds of plastic waste which is highly combustible. For any small thing also it will catch fire. So but what our plan is, right now all our waste is going to dump yard, which is completely unscientific, and it is located near a river also, river front also. It should not be as per NGT guidelines. So what we plan is, we plan to set up a resource park where the waste segregation can happen. The dry waste can be recycled, wet waste can be composted, or biofuel can be, biogas can be made out of it. And only the inert material which we would be there, like which cannot be recycled, only that part should go to sanitary landfill. Sanitary landfill is like dug up in the ground, made with a concrete so that the groundwater does not get polluted, and with taken up with all necessary like as per the guidelines.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our plan.
So that is interesting, ma'am. So that is one of the major problems I personally as citizen faces.
Yeah,
recently.
we are in the process of like figuring it out, proper location for it, which should be ideally close to the town, but it should not be close to a residential area also. So we are process in finalizing a location.
Okay. I mean, waste management is one thing, ma'am.
Okay.
So what else being maintained?
Like in sanitation there would be like lot of things. One is this waste collection, door to door collection, transportation. Then we maintain this public toilets. Then we have this we have almost good number of public toilets in the town. Then we have some bulk waste generators which will be generating huge quantities of waste. So for them different collection mechanism will be there. User charges will also be higher. Then we have a different mechanism for hospital waste collection also. They should not mix the biomedical waste in the municipal waste. There's a different mechanism for it. So then we have composting facilities already established also, where from main markets the waste will be routed directly to the composting facilities. We don't have to take it to the dump yard.
Okay.
So these are different ways that we have.
Yeah. So, ma'am, coming next to roads, ma'am.
Okay.
So, like we discussed a lot about roads in different other areas also in budgeting and everything, because we see that if at all there are good roads in the city, almost 80% the city. I mean, if at all the roads are maintained clean, almost 80% the problems are. We'll see the value of the city increases each week. So, how important do you feel city roads are?
It is indeed like most important, because the moment you go out of your house, you are on the road.
Yeah.
And if it is well maintained, a lot of the road accidents reduces. People find it much more convenient. The dust on the road reduces. Like if the road is well maintained, if the road is dusty, like if it is a gravel road, it will lead to more dust arising. So, but like I said, that development is not very much planned. That's why we keep getting frequent potholes. We keep getting frequently that we have to dig up the roads for laying new pipelines, because road has been constructed but no pipeline has been laid. So that way, that's why we have to frequently dig it up at many places.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what role should citizens play in maintaining good road conditions?
For citizens, I would say the best thing that they can do is like when they take up any construction, like for example constructing a house, they should maintain a setback. If you see go on any main road, a lot of constructions and are coming up on the road. They don't follow the basic setbacks and construct it and try to get it regularized. So అదే చేస్తేనే మన ఇఫ్ ద రోడ్స్ ఆర్ బ్రాడర్ వైడర్ అప్పుడు కూడా మన సిటిజన్స్ కోసమే బెనిఫిషియల్ ఉంటుంది, వాళ్ళకి కన్వీనియంట్ ఉంటుంది.
And someone would dig up the road for the pipeline or something when they construct a new house. Is there any?
In many places we have already laid the footpaths, then footpaths are completely encroached. They will expand their businesses or shops on the footpaths. We put fines and we have an enforcement mechanism that regularly go around the city along with the traffic police, and they put fines and penalties on them.
Yeah. Ma'am, ma'am, this is one of the big problem, ma'am. There are good IT infrastructure is already established in CDMA. All the best practices are there, but those are not available publicly. Whenever I am going to apply something, my house number, I can apply in just minutes or something, which I waited for 2 or 3 months. Endless. I don't know the right way actually. Whenever I got to know the right way to apply online, then I got it. The house number application got it.
Like you suggested, some chat box sort of thing who can answer the queries of people. That would be a good
Yes.
idea for it.
We'll plan that one. That we are naming it Gopi 311.
Gopi 311.
Gopi will be helping our Karimnagar
Gopi
in
will help
building-
our town.
Yes. City planning and beautification plans, ma'am.
Okay.
So we could see visually there are, I mean, from couple of years there are all islands being developed. Visually, city beautification plans are being executed and the results are also very good, ma'am. What are the long-term planning for the city?
And we develop a master plan for keeping in mind the development for next 30 years.
Okay.
So one important thing will be that planned development should happen. When any building is coming up, it should be with permission, with setbacks, with proper norms. That itself adds a lot of beauty to the town. If the towns are encroached, the roads are encroached, the footpaths are encroached, that gives a bad feeling. Junctions development, I think we have almost saturated. Now we have to maintain it. Greenery development, we can do a lot work. And greenery is again a thing that adds beauty to the town. So I think that is something that has to be continuous process. We can keep doing it.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, water supply is also one of the major service which is served by municipal corporation. What is the current infrastructure we have, ma'am?
We have this LMD dam from which we take raw water. We have filter bed where we process the water, purify it, and then we like pump it to the pumping like overhead tanks. From overhead tanks, through gravity the water flows to the households.
Okay.
So this is the infrastructure which any town, also any general town, we are very fortunate that we have LMD here.
Yeah.
So we don't have to bring raw water from a distant place.
Okay.
So that's how it works.
In power or something, there are distribution losses or something like that. I mean, in water also, do you think any issue?
We have huge. That's one of our core target, that to reduce this water losses, or in terms we call it non-revenue water.
Okay.
The water which has been purified after so much energy and the amount has been wasted, that water should go to the consumer. It should be properly utilized. It should not be wasted.
Okay. How citizens can support them?
Best thing they can do is they put up that on and off thing. చాలా చోట్ల ఇంతకుముందు ఫ్రమ్ కార్పొరేషన్ సైడ్ ఆల్సో పెట్టడం జరిగింది, కానీ ఫ్లో సరిపోవట్లేదు, ప్రెషర్ తక్కువ వస్తుంది అట్లా చెప్పి తీసేస్తారు. దే హ్యావ్ టు సింప్లీ జస్ట్ ఎప్పుడు యూజ్లో లేకపోతే బంద్ చేయాలి అంతే.
Yeah.
Rainwater harvesting is actually mandatory for bigger buildings, bigger buildings which are coming up, and we are also encouraging it in government. Most of the government schools and colleges, we are from our side also we are taking it.